Hey, Stacey David here with the Tales of a Gearhead podcast. Now, what is this? Well, it's a podcast that covers everything automotive, everything mechanical, everything that's just cool about the automotive lifestyle. And since that's just about everything, you're going to love it.
Today's podcast is brought to you by Cornwell Tools.
Let's get rolling. All right, welcome to the podcast. Today, I have got a guest that you guys have just been waiting to hear from. If you haven't, you will as soon as I introduce him. His name is Anthony Sims, and he is the owner of Lucky Dog Guitars. And if you don't know anything about Lucky Dog Guitars, you need to get on the website and look them up. They are a boutique guitar builder, and they build some of the coolest guitars that you'll ever see. And Anthony also happens to be a car guy, of course. So, Anthony, welcome to the podcast.
Stacey, thanks for having us. I've been really excited about being here on the show. I've watched your show for a long time. I obviously love cars, and
awesome.
Guitars and cars mesh together. So, I mean, what better place to be?
Oh, yeah. Listen, I saw, because you just picked up a Charger, 68 Charger?
68, yeah.
Oh, that's the year.
I know.
I love that year. Most people like the 69, but those round tail lights on that 68 is awesome.
Well, I have to admit, I've got a 69 grill on it.
Okay,
but I
well,
love the 68 rear end.
But you kept the 68 rear end.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I love the round tail lights.
Yeah, that's very cool. But, okay, let's talk about guitars first. What is your background? Because these guitars that you're not just some guy hacking in his garage. These are really high-end guitars. We're sitting here looking at one that you did for the Stunt Double, and it's amazing. And they'll see that on the show. We'll go to that in depth. But what is your background? First of all, as a player, were you a professional musician for a while?
I was semi-professional. I played for about 26, 27 years.
Yeah, that means you were supposed to get paid, but you didn't.
I was lucky. I was one of the few that actually did make good money playing. But I started playing live shows when I was about 16 years old.
Yeah.
And
now, do you sing too?
yeah, I sing.
Okay.
Went around and played at farm parties.
Oh, yeah.
And
They pay well, man.
Barn dances and things.
I did that many times.
Cut my teeth with a bunch of old guys that were, some of them were in the Western Swing Hall of Fame.
Oh, really?
And so I learned a lot of onstage skills from those guys. And
Yeah.
some of it was kind of difficult because they didn't mind to tell you when you were doing wrong.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so.
If they were true Western swing, man, it's like playing bluegrass.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
hey, that doesn't fit here.
Yeah, so I did have a great time doing that, and cut my teeth doing that for 3 or 4 years, and one thing led to another. Me and some young guys, including one guy that works in the Lucky Dog shop with me right now, we decided to, when we were about 17 or 18 years old, I decided to open our own dance hall.
Okay.
So we
wow,
went-
that's a big step.
Yeah, we went and found a place that was about the same size as your shop here, had an open top balcony all the way around the top, and we pulled our money together and rented it out.
And you were 17?
17, I might have been 18
I was
by the
going to
time
say, you're
we
not even
opened.
legal at that point to sell alcohol.
Yeah, and we didn't have alcohol. We
Okay,
didn't,
so it was just a dance hall.
Yeah. But it was a closed down honky tonk.
Okay.
So it was already set up.
Yeah.
So we just came up with a PA and started playing, and we're real driven to market that and get it going. So
Yeah.
we were literally going out every Friday night,
Uh-huh.
putting out 1,000 flyers on cars.
Oh, my
And we
gosh.
were open on Saturday nights. We did that for a month before we opened, and we were quickly up at around 450 or 500 people a weekend.
Wow.
And we stayed there for a pretty long time. And that was kind of my
Now,
getting my feet wet.
yeah, did you ever want to get like a deal in Nashville?
I
Did you
didn't.
write songs or anything, or you just did the...
I was never into that, but Eric that works at the shop with us, he went on to go on tour and have multiple record deals with Sony, and lived in Nashville and did all that kind of stuff. But for me, I enjoyed cover songs,
Yeah.
playing for a crowd and being home every night. You know, that was my thing.
Yeah, when you get involved in the industry, and it can happen in the car world too, you have to be really careful that it doesn't steal your joy.
Oh, yeah.
And doesn't become something that you learn to hate.
Yeah.
And the music industry can definitely do that.
I can truly say that for 25 years, I loved every minute of playing. And I usually played, usually 2 shows per weekend.
Yeah.
All that time. And I had a little girl.
Yeah.
And things started changing. I was out at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to raise a child like that.
Yeah, and one day I just decided to give it up, and shocked everyone around me, and I got real bored really fast, and that's what led to building the first guitar.
Yeah.
It was literally just on a whim, try something new, fill up my dead space, and what happened was someone saw that guitar and was interested in me building them one, which I did. Someone saw that guitar.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, it started snowballing. I started getting calls.
I assume your first guitar was a Telecaster.
It was.
You specialize in Telecasters. You'll do anything. But,
Yeah.
So that first guitar, was it pretty much a stock Tele, or did you always kind of modify them?
No, it was modified.
Yeah, I always modified my guitars, just like my cars.
Yeah, like they had a heel adjustable spoke wheel truss rod.
Yeah.
You know, it had a flatter radius, just like these are. It had a tilt back headstock.
Yeah.
You know, so it had a lot of things that you didn't get on a stock off the wall guitar. But my thing was visually, I really liked that old aged look, and it hadn't really taken off at that time.
Yeah.
And I really couldn't afford some of those high-end custom shop guitars, so I was really just trying to make something for myself to enjoy. And it kind of eventually developed into what I would say is a Lucky Dog look.
Which is that weathered kind of cool thing.
I know it's taken off now, and a lot of people are doing it now, but at that time, not many people were doing it.
Yeah. Now, where'd the name come from, Lucky Dog?
After I built the first couple of guitars that had no name,
Yeah.
I was sitting in the living room one day, and some orders had started to roll in, and my wife, Christy, she said, you know, if you're going to keep doing this, you probably need to come up with a name. And I recall it so vividly.
Smart lady.
Yeah. And I recall so vividly the conversation, and I remember saying, well, I have no idea what to call it. And literally in milliseconds, Christy looks down at our dog, who is sitting there staring at us, whose name is Lucky.
Yeah.
And she said, why not Lucky Dog?
Yeah.
It was that fast.
It's a great name, too.
Yeah, I like it.
I love it. Yeah.
It seems to have resonated with people, you know, and it's easy to remember.
Yeah. So now your clientele, if a person wants a Lucky Dog guitar, because if you go on there, you don't have like guitars for sale. You kind of make them custom for people, correct?
We have two business lanes. One lane is a public sale, which is a guitar that we build, and we do whatever we want to it.
Yeah.
Whatever comes into our head, and we put that guitar up for sale.
Yeah.
Those guitars usually sell in anywhere between seconds, minutes, maybe an hour.
Oh, yeah. There's guys waiting on them. I've seen it on your website. Yeah.
So that's one lane. And then we have a custom shop list where we have people that are waiting in line for their custom spec build like your build.
Yeah.
So we're always working on those. The only bad thing I hate to tell you and the audience is if you were to call Lucky Dog today and ask for a custom spec build, it would be about 7 years.
That's what I was going to ask you. I knew you were backed up. Well, that says a lot about your quality and what you do. 7-year backlog.
We have an incredibly loyal customer base that I always say I've got the best customers in the world.
Yeah.
And it's amazing they're willing to wait that long.
Yeah.
I know that we could hire a bunch of people, and
that was my next question. Is like, how big is your staff?
I just got 3 of us.
3 of you. And of course, if you make it bigger,
we could do that and start cranking it out in a more assembly line type thing, but it's one of those, if it's not broke, don't fix it type things. And I feel like there's something special going with us 3 and how we do things.
Well, your hands are all over it.
Yeah. I don't want to cheapen it, I guess.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. That's, some of the best shops, stay small, and there's 1 or 2 people that are doing the work because they're experts at it.
Yeah.
And you start stepping that away, you can lose quality and lose some stuff that you wouldn't have let go.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to do it just for the sake of $1, and I feel like it would be for a dollar.
Yeah.
You know, and we're enjoying what we're doing, and we're getting by.
Yeah.
My guys get paid well. I'm able to buy a junky 68 Charger to work
Yeah,
on. So
I
I
guess
mean,
so.
life's okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Now I'm glad you brought up a dollar. So the people that are listening, I know they're sitting there going, "What do they cost?" And I know they're variable, but just give me a ballpark. If a guy wants to build a guitar like this one here, what's a ballpark of what a person would spend, or what it would if they got one from you, or if they're looking at one that's used and the guy's trying to sell it? What kind of price?
As far as used ones go, that is one thing I am proud of. Is a lot of the used Lucky Dogs sell for as much as they originally sold for, and sometimes in excess of what they originally sold for.
Yeah.
So they keep their value, but in general, overwhelming majority of our guitars are in the $3,500 to $4,000 range. So they're still far under like the big custom shops.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And they're truly handmade by 3 guys in a barn up in a holler in Tennessee. I mean, it's cool, you know.
In a holler in Tennessee, I love it.
How much cooler?
I almost had you put bullet holes in this one. I know you would have.
Now, one like yours, obviously, it's much more intricate. I mean, every little piece of that was really thought out. Realistically, if somebody had spec'd that guitar out and ordered that guitar probably would be around $6,000.
Yeah.
And that's still probably $3,000 or $4,000 cheaper than what it would cost it.
Oh my gosh. There was, because I've done some stuff. I'll show you one I did with the Gibson Custom Shop where I put an exhaust system out of a 335. And they flat out told me, they're like, we can't do that. We won't do that. So I had to do it. Then they were like, oh, this is cool. But there's just some things they won't do. And you guys are listening on the radio. You can't see this guitar, so I'm going to describe it to you. Anthony actually made a square body grill, like an 85 grill that goes between the 2 pickups. And the pickups kind of act as the square headlights. It is a brilliant set. It's got the bow tie and everything. It looks like a square body truck coming at you. And then the tone and the volume knob are off-road tires, like off of an RC car or RC truck. That's brilliant. And then the selector switch is 2-wheel high, 4-wheel low, and 4-wheel high, or something like that. It's just brilliant stuff. And then, of course, the neck, oh my gosh, is typical Lucky Dog. So you guys need to check these things out.
I got a question for you out there. If you're working in your shop, what kind of tools are you using? Now, you're probably going to go, well, whatever I got cheap, man. Are you kidding? Well, and that's the problem, because listen, we all grew up working with cheap tools. And my first set of tools, my dad got them at Kmart, got them for Christmas. And I used those things until there was nothing left. But that's all we had at the time. But as soon as I could, I started investing in good tools. And the reason, it's not because you want to show them off to people, even though that's okay. It's because they allow you to do quality work. And there is nothing more frustrating. I have talked to gearheads all across the nation, around the world actually. And one of the biggest frustrations they have is either not having the right tool, or breaking the tool they were using, or having something strip or break or something. And almost every time it's because they don't have the right tool, or they're not using a quality tool. So if you are into this, like I hope you are, you need to get some good tools, and that's where Cornwell Tools comes in. They're America's oldest tool manufacturer. They're still American made. I think that if you are going to build some stuff, if you invest in a good set of tools right off the top, you don't have to get everything, but just get yourself a nice set of hand tools and work from there. You will never regret it. And you can pass them down to your grandkids or whatever if you want to. But most car guys want to hold on to their tools as long as they can. Anyway, if you get a chance, check out Cornwell Tools. You will not be disappointed.
Okay, so we got your musical background. I'm always pushing the cars and guitars thing. They're so heavily wrapped together. Tell me about your automotive background. You know, how did you get into the cars? You're obviously heavily into the cars.
I just love cars. And
Yeah.
my dad used to take me to the local drag strip. It was called Brainerd Optimus Drag Strip, which is still open today.
Oh, that's cool.
So we used to go down to the drag strip, and that kind of got my blood boiling a little bit.
Yeah.
And my papa grew up right next door to me,
Yeah.
and he was a car trader. He had a new cool little car every week.
Yeah.
I mean,
His flipper back before that was cool. Huh?
I mean, I remember us sanding down a 65 Galaxy out in the yard and repainting the whole thing out in the yard, and you know, I'm changing motors with a come along on a tree in the backyard. You know,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So I think what really got me amped up though is when I was 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting in my bedroom playing guitar. Nobody was home.
Yeah.
And I heard this really loud revving motor out in the driveway pulling in. And if you've ever heard a Ford 300 straight six with cherry bombs on it, it's got a distinct sound. You know, I reach over and pull my curtain open. And I'm like, what in the world? There sits my dad in the driveway with a 79 F-150. 11-inch lift, 38-inch motors.
Yeah.
And he's out there revving it up. he had literally went and sold his entire like fishing rod collection,
Yeah.
and other stuff, and went and bought this truck for me at 15 years old and showed up in the driveway. And I instantly went from everything that was on my mind was not on my mind now.
Yeah.
It was all car.
Yeah.
I'm out doing donuts in the backyard and all this kind of stuff.
That's the trigger.
And shortly after that, he bought a 79 Corvette.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like bang, 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 one thing after another that just really got me interested in cars.
You know, that's one of the cool things about real car people. You know, we're multidimensional. You know, it's not just, we may favor trucks or sports cars or whatever, but a real car person likes it all.
Yeah.
And they'll be just as enamored with a Corvette or a truck or a bulldozer.
Yeah.
As, you know, just something that's running. There's just like, what is that? And I think that's so great that you are open to that. Matter of fact, don't you have a DeLorean?
Yeah, and I actually missed one little part of the story, the car story that I wanted to tell you.
Yeah.
Is before the truck, my grandfather in Virginia had a 52 Ford F2 truck with a flathead V8 in it. And he gave me that when I was about 13 years old. Hauled it down to Ottawa and dropped it off, and that's what I started tinkering with and driving around the yard and stuff. Still got it.
Yeah.
And so fast forward, my grandpa, he loved cars and things too, and he knew he had this DeLorean. He went and bought 2 DeLoreans the same week that John Delorean got arrested, because he had a light bulb go off in his head. He was like, oh, those things are going to go up in value. So he goes out and buys 2 brand new ones. And this one he puts in the garage and just left it there for 38 years. It was brand new.
Yeah.
And when he passed away, he knew I truly loved that car from the time I was a child. I would sit in that car in the garage every time I went, and he left the car to me, and it looked brand new, but it had everything possible wrong with it.
Yeah. Had mice gotten into it, or?
No, luckily not, but it still took about 4 or 5 years to save up enough money and stuff to get it going. And a guy actually up here in Nashville, Jay Houston of Timeless Steel Garage, is the one that really helped me get it on the road through Lucky Dog. He wanted a Lucky Dog so bad that he offered to get it running and rolling for Lucky Dog.
Yeah.
So we made a trade, and
that's a good trade.
That's how we got it going.
Yeah. No, so you're able to drive it and you enjoy it. Do a little bit of the Back to the Future thing.
Yeah, that's you get the Back to the Future question every single time you stop at a gas station.
Yeah.
But, I kept it pretty stock, except I did put performance suspension on it, and I also put rear wheels on the front, so it has 15s on the front. Looks a little bit better stance. And, it's 5-speed. It's got about 6,000 miles on it now.
Wow.
But I drive it. You know, I enjoy it.
Yeah, they're cool. I remember when those things came out, you know, the stainless steel thing was okay, and I saw one painted one time.
Yeah.
Completely changes the look of the car. and surprising how good they looked. They're very Ferrari-esque for the era.
Yeah.
And I was glad to see that they've made a comeback. There's that place down in Texas that has all the parts.
Yeah, ton of update parts now too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different vendors. So I mean, we've got ours is really much more dependable than it would have been from the factory.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's the future for Lucky Dog? What's the next thing you got coming up?
Stay in business, number one. That can always be a challenge in today's climate, but I really am not planning on trying to get Lucky Dog bigger. I love exactly the way it is.
Yeah.
We're having fun. We're listening to music, jam a little bit,
Yeah.
watch movies. I'm with two of my best friends in there, just having a good time, and I just want to keep doing people right. I think that's one of the biggest keys, I think, to Lucky Dog
it's
is
the key. Yeah.
people. Eric says it a lot of times. He says people are buying you, and I love people, and I have a good time with people. And just yesterday, someone asked me, "What's your warranty?" And we don't have that question come up a lot, but my answer was, "Do what's right."
Yeah.
And that pretty much sums it all up. I had a guy recently that bought a guitar it was made 4 or 5 years ago. Something came up on the finish. It's rare for us to have any trouble. But he said, let me send it back to you and let you check it out. And when I got it, I knew right then it was nothing he did.
Yeah.
It was just some kind of weird failure.
It happens.
So we took care of it, no questions asked, no charge. And I think that's the key, is just do the right thing, treat people good.
Yeah.
And if you come into our shop, you'll see a big whiteboard, and it says rules of the shop. And the first rule says, build a better guitar than the other guys.
Yeah.
And the rule number 2, read rule number 1.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what we operate on.
That's fantastic. Talking about that, there's I'm a lot the same way. Anybody that buys one of my vehicles, something that I've built on the show, like Copperhead or the V8 Interceptor or anything like that, they have pretty much an open invitation. I'll work on the vehicle for free. I would much rather do that. They'll have to get it to me, but than to have somebody hack on it and try to figure out what to do. Because a lot of those vehicles, if you have to replace the clutch on the V8 Interceptor, the whole suspension and exhaust system has to come out in the back.
And can you imagine
somebody trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
There's only one way to do it.
Yeah.
And I can imagine the hackery and the twisting and bending, on a high-dollar car like that.
There's something similar with a Lucky Dog. Like our necks, they have inside the neck.
Yeah.
There's 2 strips of Purple Heart wood that go all the way up the neck. And the reason we did that is for stability.
Yeah.
Now, how that affects things, and I want to tell you this in case you ever decide you want to adjust your truss rod a little bit. Other guitars, you adjust the truss rod and just kind of look at it, and you're like, okay, it's there. Lucky Dog doesn't move as quickly because it's so much stiffer.
Yeah.
So you make small increment adjustments.
So I can't just twist on it.
Yeah. Just adjust it a little.
Yeah.
Let it sit 8 or 10 hours. Check it again. Go from there, because we have a lot of people that tour all over the world. We wanted the necks to be pretty stable. So it goes back to what you're saying. If you have an issue, it's really sometimes it's good for us to get our hands back on it if we can.
Yeah.
And take care of anything, because everyone's not accustomed to necks exactly like ours.
How many of your guitars are out on the road with artists and stuff? Anybody that we would know that their guitar player plays one, or?
I don't always know which ones are out on the road, but I know
because musicians are fickle. They'll trade it,
Blackstone Cherry, they're a popular Southern rock band out of Kentucky. I think they have about 7 Lucky Dogs. And
we've been talking about country, but that right there, that'd be an awesome rock guitar. I'll tell you that right now.
Another rock guy, Jackal, Jeff Worley from Jackal. He's got a Lucky Dog. Garth Brooks has got one. We built 2 for Def Leppard for Joe Elliott and Phil Collin.
Yeah.
Bart Walker from right here in Nashville, who plays for Hank Williams Jr. and Jamie Johnson. He's got a couple Lucky Dogs. But I would say most of our people are just regular, good old guys that just love a quality guitar. And that's been...
And don't want the regular Fender or Gibson.
Yeah, that's been who's kept us in business, just the regular guys, So, I hold them in high esteem.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
And don't focus too much on, trying to get the stars on the roster.
That'll come, and if it does, it doesn't matter, What do you think of the truck, man?
I want to take it home. That's my kind of truck.
It sounds like it is.
Yeah. If I would have got that when I was 16 years old, I would have...
there would be no lucky
I would
dog.
probably have a heart attack. Yeah. It's amazing. I can't wait for everyone to see it on the show.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be a nice tie-in with this guitar, too.
Yeah. Hey, Stacey, thanks for having me. I really enjoyed it, and I love the shop. If I lived closer up here, I would probably be swinging by to see you all the time. You need to bring that charger.
Seriously, you need to bring that charger up here. Thanks again. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right, that's our show for today, which means you need to get out there and start working on something. Spend some time turning wrenches. You might be surprised how much you like it. Make sure you check out our website, staceydavid.com, because we've got all kinds of new products and some other great stuff that you're just going to love. Also, make sure to check out our social media. That's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all at Official Stacey David. Our social media is where you're going to find all of the bonus content, the giveaways, the contests, the trivia. We even have extra viewer projects that focus on what you are working on. Also, the new season of Gears will be on MAV TV, and YouTube will be the place that you can view all of your favorite Gears episodes, as well as the full project builds that follow the project from beginning to end. Make sure to check out our new GEARZ coffee cars. This is a unique blend of coffee and cool stickers to collect that will appeal to anyone. But the most important thing is get out there and turn some wrenches yourself. Get a project, start working on it, and if you don't have tools, check out Cornwell. They can help you out there. All right, that's all the announcements. We're all up to date. We'll see you next time.